Oh, that's fine. Hey, yo, Surefire Youth. More fire in the booth. Live wire to the roots. Never tired of the truth. Super Brush salute. What's happening, y'all? What's happening, y'all? We live on StreamYard. I figured it out. Doo-doo, doo-doo. All right, we about to check out the Treasure Chest Show.
Family,
Peace.
Treasure Chest Show, first episode.
Welcome.
Shout out to Buzz Pro Media.
Buzz Pro, Wave Bible.
Yes, indeed.
Yo.
Surefire Youth.
Surefire Youth, more fire in the booth. Live wire to the roots.
Military Cadence Candy, Popcorn Circle.
Yeah.
Variety show. Also brought to you by Bay Visuals. Man, if you need some photography. Published photographer, international.
5 stars.
Yes, indeed.
You might think it's a game. It's not a game.
You don't sleep.
I'm going to set it off. Treasure Chest. We dropping gems. We chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? Seeing each other's different point of views. Might get some gems out of it. You might already knew. But we also playing chess.
Yes, indeed.
And right hand, right square. We got that thing set up. And I'm gonna set it off.
Let's get it.
Since I got ice, I'm gonna lead with these horses.
The topics that we will be covering today: relationships that can go all kind of different ways. Of course, we're talking about business support and also experience as an active duty soldier in the military. Right. Versus being a military brat, dependent.
This episode of The Treasure Chest been sponsored by Surefire Youth and the Wave Bible, as well as Bay Visuals. Brought to you by Buzz Pro Media.
I know you've been in your relationship for 19 years.
Yep, 19 years strong.
Very admirable. One piece of advice, something that you had to learn, really benefited you in your relationship.
I would say not sweating the small things. You'll be a lot less stressed out if you don't sweat the small things. And by small things, I'm saying like somebody leaving on the bathroom vent. You know what I mean? Because it's a house of 4 that I'm living in. And they just, when they use the bathroom, they'll leave the vent on.
Gotcha.
And that's like just a pet peeve of mine. Turn it off, like you wasting electricity, just letting it stay on for hours and hours. But I just was like, man, I ain't gonna sweat that. I ain't gonna sweat that. And it's like, it's a sigh of relief. You know what I'm saying? So you not all agitated, and then your family's not all agitated. They're just like, I don't know. It's just a stress-free environment. So
I'm like that. With lights, man. My queen, she loves lights.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Even if she's not in the room, just light just on. And these days I'm deeper with it just in regards to energy conservation, man. It's like got other countries, like people on reservations that don't even have electricity.
Yeah.
Let alone, I mean, I get deep into the mercury that emits from the light bulb, and so lights is something like it just bothers me, man. So I'll come home and I'm just turning off lights. Lights. I know I be getting her like, but I get that from my mom as well, man. I just like darkness, man. It's just, I don't know, it's just a different feel for me.
I was thinking that about it's like you take on your parents' attributes, or
indeed, what's that one?
Because I do be feeling like my dad, like. So this is why I see why my dad used to be how he is now that I'm a dad. It's like, man. But as a husband, I think like communication is crucial, and you also have to compromise. You know what I'm saying? As a man, some people want to be, I'm the man. I do this, I do that. But your wife, just like the queen, she's powerful. She can go places you can't go, or she can. You know, she got that woman's intuition, which she can sense things that you might not sense.
Let go. Because, I mean, I'm a huge introvert. Like, so I know that could be a struggle for my queen just in regards to, like, when I self-soothe, it's just me. Like, I'm quiet and I don't like to talk. I don't like to vent. I don't like to be, I don't really need somebody there. Like, oh, like trying to make me feel better verbally. You know what I mean? I go in, I'm a turtle, so I just go into my shell, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. That's where I decompress at. So I know that's something that I really got to work on, just in regards to being able to communicate that. So she know what's going on.
You ever read the 48 Laws of Power?
Most definitely, man.
And,
Twice.
some people, they say, man, this is a book for con artists, or this is a book to get over in life type of deal. But I looked at it as insight. It's, you can, when you read a book like that, you can think outside the box. You know what I mean? Like, you can see other people's point of view,
Right.
and it won't be the banana in the tailpipe,
Right.
so to speak.
Yeah, that's a big study manual, man. That's one of my study manuals.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of books, man. I don't just read them. Like, I study them, man.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a lot of principles in there that really help you in life.
I agree. And just being able to see, being able to just see the point of view of somebody that might be trying to get over on you, or I shouted that book out because it helps in your relationships. When you start thinking about, you know, not outshining the master, not saying that your spouse is the master. Dang, man, you lulled me.
Let's go.
You lulled me to sleep with that. Smart. You're smart. Let me slow down, man. Let me get heavy. But 48 Laws of Power, relationships. So communication is definitely key, and compromise. And you just got to know every day not going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be peaches and cream every day. It's not going to be sugar and spice and all that, but it's going to be, it can be more good days than bad days.
Like emotions and all of that stuff, although you're being quiet. So she could just be tired, you know what I mean? But yeah, she's being quiet. She's not really wanting to talk. So I can mistaken that as her being upset about something, you know what I mean? So that'll make me like want to like go off to the corner, you know what I mean? And like give her a space, you know what I mean? When in reality, she's just tired, you know what I mean? And she might need some affection, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's one thing I definitely have to learn.
It's almost like a sixth sense,
right?
Empathy, because I used to read these books, body language, like you said. I used to study that book, like it's got the curl.
What's the name of that book?
Edges. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of different
one.
books.
That's why I asked.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of different ones, man. Body language, how to read people like a book, there's body language for dummies.
What's that?
And go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying it teaches those interrogation techniques and whatnot, man, and like little movements, like when somebody can really tell you a lot in regards to being honest or dishonest, man, and it's amazing stuff. Peace. We are back.
Treasure Chest Show.
Yes, indeed.
We got action.
Episode 13.
Right now, even though that first victory has an asterisk because you didn't checkmate me, but our time was up.
Okay.
And but it's 1-1 because you outnumbered me, but I had just took your queen, and it was changing. So okay, it's on me.
Indeed.
Come out the gates with that horse again.
All right, so we're gonna get off the romantic relationships. What's going on with the business relationships? How's that been for you?
It's been good. It's been more helpful. I feel like when you have camaraderie or relationships with people that own business, they understand that time is valuable. And I saw your post the other day where you wrote, "Thank God for the friends, the low maintenance friends."
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because in a business relationship, y'all ain't gonna be able to talk every day. You ain't gonna be able to kick it all the time.
Yes, indeed. I got a lot of those, man. I cherish those bonds, man. A lot of those were my childhood classmates in Fort Stewart, what I was just asking you about, man.
Yeah.
Got people that I went to elementary school with, third grade, man, that I still talk to this day, man. And we can go a year without speaking, man, and we look back up, man, and we don't skip a beat, man.
Right. You don't skip a beat. That's what I'm on that same too. Like, and as far as like a business relationship, there are movers and shakers in the city and stuff. There's people that's making things happen, just like with Dennis right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We building a relationship with him. I always seen him around, and my son, you know, was under his tutelage.
Indeed.
And it's now it's just like coming full circle. Like when the first day I came here, it was like seeing old friends. You know what I mean? Seeing familiar faces, and I feel like that's really needed.
Yes, indeed, man. That's why we got to collab, man.
Yeah.
Business network with each other, man. That's why, I mean, when this idea came up in organic conversation, I mean, how many years we've known of each other, you know, until we finally sat down and spoke to each other. We got to do more of that, man.
Thank you. I see you try to get my knife and put my knife to safety right here.
Word.
Yeah, man, I'll build this. I ain't ready to lose that piece. But yeah, you definitely gotta. It's like I feel what you're saying about being an introvert, and I wouldn't consider myself an introvert, but I can be quiet. I can sit back and observe and just chill out. But sometimes you have to step outside that comfort zone, and you have to be prepared for pushback or somebody not feeling that idea, and then still be okay with it. Like, okay, y'all ain't rocking with it, then okay, that's your loss. But yeah, I definitely feel like it's important.
Yes, indeed.
Do you think that well, what's your take on the business relationships? Is it on me or you?
I think it's on me.
It's on you.
In regards to the business relationship, man, that's really something I'm trying to grow with. You know what I mean? Like I was just talking about, man, we got to start networking with each other and collabing on different projects and whatnot. So this right here, man, this is a business relationship. You know what I mean? So Buzz Pro Media, you know what I mean? That's a new relationship in business, man. So once we start growing, you know what I mean, and the monetization comes, and I think it's big, it's key, man. You can't do anything in life alone, man, and expect to grow and prosper. You know what I mean? You gotta collab, man. I think that's real vital.
Yeah,
let's go.
So I'm definitely trying to do more of that, man. And it's helping me get out of my comfort zone because, again, I'm an introvert. You know what I mean? But just networking with different people, man, and learning stuff from you can teach me stuff. You know what I mean? I can teach you stuff, no matter the age or any of that.
Right.
So it's definitely key.
Yeah, man. Because it's just like win or learn, and if you take it any other way, that's just like a personal problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you want to do? What are your goals? And like I don't know. Like sometimes I do feel like, man, I could just do it by myself. Like I could just do that by myself. Like why would I? Blah blah blah, and I can just, do what I need to do.
Exactly.
And sometimes you feel like, man, this person will get in my way, or, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, it's big, man. It's protecting that intellectual property, man. That's another thing that comes into play, man. Definitely gotta trust people that you collab with. People have these breakups in business and then take ideas. And I mean, look at Facebook. The prime example right there.
Yeah, man. Like, so we want to switch up the topics?
Yeah, we can go ahead and jump topics.
All right, so the next topic that we had today was active duty versus military dependent or military brat. That's all I want to say off top. How you feel about that name, military brat? Just growing up, what'd you think about it?
Growing up, man, honestly, I didn't like the term, man.
Yeah.
The whole brat part of it was like, I didn't really rock with it growing up.
Sound weak or something.
Exactly, you know what I mean? But I mean, once I got older, man, and was able to learn what it actually meant, you know what I mean? It's just verbiage, you know what I mean? But coming up, I mean, as a military dependent, man, I enjoyed it a ton, man. Like I say, I was able to establish bonds with friends, and over the years, people move away, but yet we still maintain those bonds, and they're still intact to this day, man. And
Yeah.
like I got like 3 friends I have right now, man. I really consider them family, like my brothers and my sisters, man. So, and it's just we didn't have to move a lot. So I mean, my first time moving was probably like my mom got stationed in on Fort Lewis. She got a job at the military Impression Station in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So we moved from Georgia to Washington State, man, and that's probably the biggest culture shock I ever had to experience, man. Just in regards to coming from South Georgia, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ethnic wise, man, everything is in Seattle, man. You got Filipinos, Koreans, Samoans, Asians, and man, I got there and I was like, wow, where are we at? But being able to experience that diversity, man, I really enjoyed it. It helped me grow as a person and just be able to mix it up with anybody, man, from any part of the country, you know what I mean? So that was key.
Was there like a lot of racism in Seattle versus Georgia?
Man,
I already know Georgia, how Georgia is.
Right, man. When I was there, I didn't experience none of that, man. But I have spoken to people like that lived in Washington, like before we moved there. So they were there maybe like in the 80s or the 90s, man, and they said the racism was horrible there, man. And when they was telling me those stories, I was like, wow, I never had any idea, because when we were there, man, it was always good vibes, man. And
Yeah.
like I never experienced any of that you was experiencing in the South, at least.
Yeah.
So I think maybe me coming up in the South, like certain things, like it's different in the South. Everybody knows that. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's like blatant
That's
out
what
there.
me
So.
too.
But yeah, I didn't experience any of that in Washington State.
Yeah, that's I mean, I know it exists everywhere as far as racism, but to keep it related to being in the military and all that, I think you get as an active duty soldier, you get more of a pass regardless of your skin color. You still gonna get that racism or the snars or the crazy looks, but at the same time, you still gonna get that occasional "thank you for my freedom" type, and that kind of changed my outlook too. Because a lot of people, they'll say "thank you for your service," and then I had some people say "thank you for my freedom," and it was like, damn, man, this, you know what I'm saying? Like as a soldier, every day you're not fighting for freedom, but you are fighting for freedom because it's a prepare, like it's hurry up and wait. So you gotta go to classes, you gotta prepare, you gotta, go to the range, you learning, your job, but at the same time, everyone is infantry. So if you go to war, you go to Iraq, they're gonna say, yeah, we need you to do your job, but at the same time, they're gonna say, oh, we need a quick force reactions team to go check the mail, or go. You might have to fight. You might have to put some bullets down range or whatever. And when somebody say, "Thank you for my freedom," it just hit different. It's on me.
Yeah.
What you got going on, man? You just gonna let me eat this piece?
Trying to groove.
Got him. But what you trying to do, man? Now you're trying to go fast all of a sudden.
I feel like being active duty made your family stronger, man. I mean, how do you feel like that it affected your entire family unit?
No, I feel like my family has suffered just from me being away for so long, so many different times. But they not suffering as in like they just all. It's hard to explain, but I feel like if I was there doing those developmental stages of their life more, I would have had more of an impact, because now it's like my sons, any little altercation, they automatically side with my wife. And it's like, damn, man, like, I don't feel wrong. Like, my son, I know we just rehashing it out. But, I had cooked the steak. Remember I told you about that? I cooked the steak. Oh, check it. I cooked the steak. He was cleaning up the kitchen, and he took the steak and threw it in the trash. And he didn't feel no type of way about it, and I did, and I was like I flip everything over in this motherfucker. Like, you kidding me? Like I cooked it so perfect, because normally I cook it's a well done steak, and then this time it was I made it like rare, had a little bit of red in there. You know what I'm saying? It was real tender, so I just ate a little piece, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back to that. He threw it in the trash. So instead of just like going crazy on him, I didn't say nothing. I just let a couple of days pass by, and I went and talked to him, and I was like, "You have to replace my steak." And he felt like I was wrong. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you threw away my steak. Like, in what world are you living in your mind that you think it's okay to throw away something? And then how the meat prices went up? It's like $17 for a T-bone now. And he was like, if I did that to him, he would feel no type of way. And I was like, that's wrong. Like, that means you could just be bullied, you could be pushed around, you could. And I'm thinking all this stuff. I didn't, say it directly to him, but I felt like if I was around during those developmental stages, he would understand the magnitude of what he did. And I felt like he didn't understand the magnitude. And then when I checked him on it, it's like my wife got mad. And I'm like, he's Cyrus like 21, 22 now. And I was like, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Cyrus. Like, we trying to hash this out. And we did hash it out. But I wanted him to understand that that's not how it works. If you think you could just go around and do stuff to people, and it's like, oh, it ain't no skin on my back. It's like, nah, man, you got the wrong mindset. So me being away all that time during those developmental years, I feel like it's detrimental, and we still like figuring stuff out that should have already been established.
Indeed.
If I was around. So I say it's like a single man's journey.
Got you. That makes a lot of sense, man.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so I think it's on you. Oh no, it's on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should get him just off of just because.
Sacrifice.
Oh yeah. Check. Can't get a kill. I didn't want him to get no kills. Right back on me again.
What is something, no way I spoke about this before, but just in regards to your son joining the Army, how did you feel about that initially?
Yeah, that happened while I was away. And I feel like he should have reached out to me, but he wanted to take his own journey, and he's here now. He just came back from Alaska, and he's stationed in El Paso now. But I felt like if I was around, I could have steered him more to the Air Force, or if you join the military, join as a chaplain's assistant. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a cable installer, but he wanted to do exactly what I was doing. And I was thinking, man, we like the infantry of the signal world. Like, cable installers, we always outside. You got to dig in the trenches. You got to crawl under houses, crawl in ceilings to run these cables. And I feel like I could have gave him a better insight, because he was in high school. And then I went to Jordan. But before that, I went to Afghanistan for 10 months. Then came back. Then we went to Jordan. But before that, I was in Iraq for 15 months. So it's like I missed out on a lot of that modern stage. So I was proud, but at the same time, I was like, man, you could have picked a different job, a different, it's on me, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that was a lot of my close friends, man. We grew up on military installations. So I mean, in regards to my friends that joined, it was actually very few, man. And even when I was coming up, my mom said that same thing, man. She was like, don't do the Army, man, do Air Force.
Yeah.
So it seems to be like the overall consensus.
Well, it's because the Air Force look out for your family more than the military, the Army. The Army, you will get promoted faster. You will level up faster. And that was the thing about the Air Force. That's what made me make my decision on which branch to choose. I looked at the Marines and I was thinking bullet stoppers. Them boys going to the fight. Like the Marines, it's like I don't know, them boys really be drinking the Kool-Aid. Like they'll jump on the landmine without thinking about it. Like them boys be wilding, and it's like, man, I don't want to do that. And the Air Force, it takes a long time to level up. So it's on me again?
Indeed.
it take a long time to level up in the Air Force. So I was like, man, I don't want no slow promotions. You be 40 years old, be like a enlisted 2 or something like that. Like, nah, I ain't with that. And then the Navy, I didn't really care for the water or being at sea for 6 months at a time, 9 months. Some boys, you know what I'm saying, at the water, a whole bunch of dudes. Oh, no, smart. I was back out of that. No, I'm just second. Oh no, you smart.
Decisions.
Yeah, let me. All right, here we go. That's all I'm gonna do. But yeah, so I chose the Army because you level up faster, and they told me they had a basketball team, and it was like, if you join the Army and make the basketball team, that's all you'll do. So I was like, okay, all Army. Okay, bet.
Okey doke.
So I went, and they just didn't tell you that, hey, you got to go to Iraq too. But like, you got to,
Right.
there's other stuff you got to do. You think you're just going to hoop. But there was a time when once you made the team, you go to Fort Hood, and that's all you did. You played, you prepared for the tournament, and they would play against the D1 colleges. Like they go on tour, play against Duke. Man, which way you trying to go with this? Them boys protected. But once the war started, they cut back all the funds for the basketball team. And instead of 9 months out of the year playing basketball, they cut it to like maybe 3 months. And then you only get that extra month if you make all armed forces. And that's what I did, man. Right out of AIT, after basic training, at basic training, I played against my drill sergeants. And they were like, man, why you in the Army, man? You can hoop. Like, you nice. Like, what's up? And it was really because I had an attitude. And I was just like, man, I don't give a fuck, whatever. And it backfired tremendously for me. That's why now I'm way positive. Like, I just learned, like, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? That how they say the attitude determines your altitude. And I took heed to that now. But coming up, I was just like, whatever, man. Can't nobody tell me nothing. What you gonna tell me? You can't. What? And that was the wrong way to go about it. So I tried to go on the team, and they was like, nah. So when I went to AIT, Advanced Individual Training, they was like, you gotta go permanent party first. You trying to play all Army, you haven't even graduated school yet. But then they had a tournament, and we killed all the permanent party people. It was like 3 of us in the AIT team. We were just running through the whole thing, and we won first place. They put us in the newspaper, so I think that started getting my name out. And then when I went permanent party, they had the team. So I started playing. I made a name for myself. And then when they had the tryouts, I got an application to go from Korea to Colorado, Fort Carson, Colorado Springs. We played there. And I did make the team. So it was like 200 people, and they was cutting people out the layup line. It was like left-hand layups go, and it was like, nah. And I made it all the way to 13, and they only kept 12, and it was like, we like you. You got a lot of good energy. You just need to hit the weight room and come back stronger. So I was like, okay. And then we went to Iraq, and I was going to the gym like 2 times a day, 3 times a day, and I made it in 2008. When I came back in 2008, I was a starter. And then I came back 2009, and I made all armed forces, which is Air Force, Marines, Navy, Army. They make one team, and then you go to the World Games, the military World Games in Kalpia or something. Kalpia, it was in Lithuania. And we went there, but we got bronze medal out of 12 teams. But it was because them jokers was bringing in like NBA players, like Juan Juju. These jokers 7 foot tall, shooting left-handed 3-pointers. Like, come on, man, this dude ain't in the military. 6'11", dude from Greece. He's shooting that job to just turn around.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like they got ponytails and beards. The uniform don't fit. Like, man, y'all know y'all in the first league. Like, y'all. But that's why I joined. And that military active duty, that's what made the military fun for me, was playing basketball. It's on me?
Yeah, it's on you.
But I wanted to ask you, like, as a dependent, like I I never frowned upon dependence, or just that name is kind of weird. Just like, you dependent on, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm independent. Nah, you a dependent.
Right.
But it's like, I felt like if I could be a dependent, I would have time to do whatever I wanted to do as a dependent. And I used to get mad at my wife sometimes because I felt like she wasn't taking advantage of the dependency. Like, I mean, as an active duty soldier, if you got a wife, they don't really have to work. But she felt like she wanted her to be independent. And I don't mind either. That's extra income coming in. Hell, your money is your money. Then my money was always our money, but it was like I didn't have to spend so much of our money if you got your own money coming in too. It's like, but yeah, my question was like, so did you take that any kind of way? Just like, are you a dependent? You being a dependent?
I never heard that before. Yeah. I mean, all of my friends were in the same boat, so it was like the norm. You know what I mean? I didn't never hear anybody saying, "Oh, you're dependent," or any of that. All of us was in the same boat. So, like I say, man, I had an amazing childhood, man. It's like I got memories that I still think about to this day. I mean, just from being on military installation and playing youth sports, and yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. Like, there's no bad taste in my mouth to this day. But yeah, like I say, maybe we moved more, like it would have been a little bit different, because I know you establish these friendships and then you got to move and make new friends and all of that stuff. And with me being an introvert, of course, that's like something that I really wouldn't enjoy doing. But like I say, I think I just met good people, man, and genuine people. Like, again, we still talk to this day. So yeah, I enjoyed that part of it, man.
Well, did you so I've never been on that post. How is it? Did they have stuff? Like, do they have like 3 or 4 gyms? Or
yeah, man, Fort Stewart, when we were there, man, they had team centers, and like I said, they had the youth services where you can play in the league. I played baseball, football, basketball all year round, man. So that was it. Like, my mom kept me in sports, man, and that's why I'm such a sports buff to this day, man. It's like that's really how we pass time, man. Sports. It's on me.
Yeah. See what you got going on, man.
Did you have plans to retire? I mean, going in, did you want to do 20 years or?
No. I wanted to do 4 years, and I wanted to get in and get out, go play basketball for 4 years, maybe go to the league or something. But life happened, you know what I'm saying? Bought a vehicle, had another baby, and I just chose to stay in it, and I was still hooping at the time, so it was easy. You know what I'm saying? It was like I would show up to formation or whatever, but if I was on the basketball team, they'd be like, hey, we got a game today. You know what I'm saying? You made it to formation. We'll see you at COB, call, end of the day. And I was used to be like, man, I'm going to just do 4 years and get out. But then the time just kept on going and kept on going. I got all the way up to 13 years, and I just had enough. I just got enough because it was people coming out of college, half your age, but they're the leader. They're your leader. Like the officers I'm talking about, they come in and then they are in charge, and it's like you don't know the difference between a can of paint and apple pie. Like how you gonna tell me how to run these soldiers and all that? You don't know how to do nothing. So I was like, nah. And then when I tried to re-enlist, they was giving all these new guys these bonuses and you know what I'm saying, all this added stuff, but it's like they haven't. What have you done? You're not tried and true like the people that are.
Indeed.
Man, I know you about to try to get my. So, yeah, I got out. I just ended my term of service, and then I went through VA to get my benefits that way because you don't get them. It's easier to get them if you retire, but I felt like that was 2000. 16, 17 that I got out, and I would have been in Syria again. I would have probably had to go back to Iraq. I would have had to, you know what I'm saying, deploy. And I feel like,
All right, ladies and gents, we are wrapping up our first episode.
wrap it up.
This is the start of a journey. Looking forward to seeing where this grows to.
Episode 1
You guys stay tapped in with us.
in the books.
Tell your friends, tell your relatives.
Treasure Chest Show.
Tap into the Treasure Show.
Episode
Treasure
13.
Chest Show. We will be recording episodes every 2 weeks.
Sir,
Yeah, what's up?
Treasure Chest Show.
Treasure Chest Show.
Yeah, welcome, man. Yeah, we need some kind of theme song, like an outro music.
Right.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our Treasure Chest Show
Again, big
friends.
shout outs to
Yes.
Buzz Pro Media,
Buzz
Shout out Buzz
Media.
Pro Media.
Surefire Youth.
Surefire You. More fire in the booth.
You guys make sure y'all go pick up that Wave Bible.
What's
Yeah.
up? Available on
Talk to you
Amazon,
later,
Most
baby.
Def.
Barnes and Noble.
Divine Bay Talent, big up. Bay Visuals. We will be taking sponsorships. Reach out to us on the group page.
Should take a picture of this position. Are we gonna call this a draw?
This guy. He could definitely take a picture of me.
Take a picture and then we start next week from right here. Nah,
We
we just take a
never
picture.
be
We
starting
can start
back
over fresh. This is a draw. I mean, I do got more pieces than you.
Man, watch out.
And they got more pieces than you. Man, watch out. Episode 1. Next time we tap in YouTube is going to be May 2nd. Titan Tuesdays. We got 4 ways coming in already. If you still want to get on, hop on. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave this up so y'all can go back and watch it. But May 2nd is Titan Tuesdays. 4-way battles on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? We merging the streets, man. But yo, in the meantime, Surefire Youth, more fire in the booth, live wire to the roots, never tired of the truth. Super Breast salute. Surefire Youth, more fire in the booth. Hey, that sounded pretty good.